With the MLB postseason in full swing, here are 5 players who are having an impact in the postseason, but are also having an impact on their trading card market. Now, I do want to preface here, since we are going to be looking at some trading cards and seeing what they're doing in current value, this is not meant to be taken as financial advice. I am not telling you to go out and buy these cards quickly, because obviously the postseason is only to October, potentially November, depending how long the World Series goes. So I'm not telling you to go out and buy these players' cards and hope they have a great postseason or anything of that nature, because obviously this is very volatile. So please this video is not meant to be taken as financial advice, and please do your own research. All the research with this video here is going to be courtesy of Card Hitch. If you don't know what Card Hitch is an all-in-one tool that helps you monitor card values, track trends, and make smarter buying or selling decisions. I personally use it here, and I do have an official affiliate link with Card Hitch. So if you want to go check them out, there is a free 7-day trial. Link is going to be down the bio, and obviously that's going to help support me and support the channel. So thank you to Card Hitch for the affiliate link. And again, if you guys are interested, please feel free to check out their official link down below in the description for this video. So with all that being said, let's dive deep into the video. The first player we're going to cover here is going to be Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. Now, obviously, as you can tell by the numbers in the center, they're not the prettiest of numbers. He's only hitting a .176, OPS at 847. He has 2 home runs and 5 RBIs, but those 2 home runs have been very big home runs for the New York Mets. Obviously, one was to get them past the Brewers, and they both have been clinching or game-changing home runs, which is why we're currently seeing the prices where we're at. And I want to preface here, we're only going to be focusing on rookie cards. There's going to be some players here we're going to take a look at their Bowman cards, but a lot of these players here we are going to be just looking at their Bowman Chrome rookie card autographs. There's obviously lots of parallels and sets or other cards you can look at, but this is the card here or series of cards that I just want to look at here. So you can see here again, courtesy of Card Hitch, affiliate link down in the description down below. We can see here already in just the 14 days change in a PSA 10, there has been a 48% change. We can see here it was kind of trending a little bit over $137, kind of went up here, and then right away we're seeing a spike here of $206. Again, this is very, very volatile. Obviously the Mets are playing good ball at the time of this recording. They are tied 1-1, so potentially if they lose in the division series, this is probably what I expected to go down. Or if they continue to advance past the Phillies and he continues to have those big moments, we can potentially see this go even higher. Obviously, this is his last season with the New York Mets. So maybe that's also having an impact on these players. Maybe there's some casual Mets fans or just baseball fans in general that want to pick up some Polar Bear rookie cards here at a PSA 10 with the New York Mets. So, but again, you can see here those 2 home runs, even though he's not performing extremely well in the postseason, those 2 home runs here are contributing to his overall card market. Sticking with the New York Mets, we are now heading up to third baseman Mark Vientos, rookie for the New York Mets here. Now, nobody has expected this from Mark Vientos, if I'm being completely, not even myself expected this from Mark Vientos. So right now, currently in the postseason, he has a current batting average of 400, OPS over 1.179. He has 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Now, this one here, again, we're heading off to the base cards here for Mark Vientos. Now, in the 14 days wasn't a lot of movement, but we are just looking at the 3-month trial. But you can even still see here in just the 3 months, and even the kind of the good season that he had in the regular season heading to October, you can see here his trend was already starting to go up. So in the last 3 months here, we're seeing a 35% change, 52 week kind of 51. You could bought this as low as $3. So if you were stacking up on Mark Vientos, you're doing pretty well. So you can see here, he had a little bit of a high peak here, like around July, and then kind of went down and is now slowly going back up. He's having a great postseason. Like Pete Alonso, has had some very, very big hits. Had the game-tying home run against Matt Strahm. So he's performing really well. Is a name that I don't think a lot of people had on their radar, and obviously a lot of people in the trading card market didn't have a lot of as well. I personally don't have any Mark Vientos cards. I wish I did, because obviously I would have taken advantage of this, but he's having a pretty good postseason, and his card market is showing that. Sticking with the rookies here, we are now going off to Jackson Chourio from the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, unfortunately, the Milwaukee Brewers have officially been eliminated for the postseason. It was a little bit upsetting. I have them going pretty far, but in just a brief stint here, Jackson Chourio was balling out. If you guys listen to the podcast Cardboard Dugout, which I host, link this also down in the description down below. If you want to check out that podcast, you guys would know that I was very high on Jackson Chourio. And you can see here again, in just a short stint, was having a pretty big impact on his cards. Now, he did get off to a slow start in the season, so that's probably why here here his numbers weren't as going crazy or parabolic. We can see here with the little brief stint here in the postseason, his numbers skyrocketed. We are looking at his Bowman Chrome. His Topps Chrome didn't have too much data, so I like looking at the Bowman Chrome at a PSA 10, but we can see here in the postseason what was affecting this trend. He was hitting over 400, had an OPS of 1.500, 2 home runs, and 3 RBIs. Again, had some pretty big hits against the New York Mets, and we can see here back in September was trending a little bit over $500 for over 450, trending between $500. Took a little bit of a dip, and then again, here comes that postseason experience, that postseason play, and now we're seeing the trend here of pushing nearly of $675. And you can see here again the 14-day change of 58% change. So obviously those big moments do help those rookies and or potentially those established veterans. And now keeping it with the Jacksons, we got Jackson Merrill from the San Diego Padres. Now Jackson Merrill is arguably rookie of the year favorite. You know, you can flip-flop between him and Paul Skeens, and he's still showing why he was one of the best rookies in the National League in the postseason. So currently right now in the postseason, he's currently hitting 429 with the OPS of 1.357, 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Now during the year he did get off to a little bit of a slow start, but has definitely picked it up here. And now going to his 2024 Topps Chrome base auto, we can see here was around a little bit over $178, and then took a little bit of an awkward dip here. Not too sure what translated to that, but then we can see here again, once the postseason got into play, he started performing well, making good defensive plays. I know he had that one little defensive miscue in game 1 against the Dodgers, but still making good defensive plays, still hitting the ball well, and had a big impact on the game. We can see here the trend going back here. So 14 days, 1% change, nothing too crazy, but we can see here when just with this graph alone, we had the dip, and then we see the increase. And what's the reason for this increase? It's because of his play in the postseason. And last but not least, keeping it with the San Diego Padres, we got Fernando Tatis Jr. Now he's been putting on an absolute show in the NLDS and also on the wild card series. You can see here hitting over 600, an OPS over 2.00, 3 home runs, 5 RBI. So he's putting on an absolute show and doing a great job in the NLDS. You know, mocking the fans, making good defensive plays as well, and has just had a tremendous postseason. And we could take a look here at his card market. A little bit awkward here on his Bowman Chrome. Want to focus a little bit here on the Bowman Chrome. We can see here in August was a little bit over, right below $723, and then took a wild increase here, pushing back over $1,000, and it took a really big dip here. Again, I'm not too sure what have correlated to this and this big spike, but we did see a pretty big spike here from $700 to over $1,000. But then again, here the thing that we're going to be looking at here is the little bit of the trend. So of course, this is filmed after his 2-run home run that he had against the Dodgers in game 2, but we can take a look here as far as that. We could see the increase back to the $723, so way above here, this little awkward dip. 3-month changes down 12%. I would expect that to change. I think there's going to be a trend of upwards going for Fernando Tatis going forward, especially if the Padres continue to move forward and they can somehow shock the world and surpass the Dodgers. I would expect his card market to overall reflect that, because obviously he's been a big part of what the Padres have done this year and as they continue to move on in the MLB postseason. So there you have it. Those are 5 players who are making noise in MLB postseason and also making noise in the trading card market. Now, obviously, those were all National League players. So in the next video, I will be making another same concept of this video, but this time in the American League. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a thumbs up. That's also a free way here to help support the channel. And if you guys haven't yet, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, because that is a free way here to help support the channel, along with checking out the affiliate links again to Card Hedge, and also checking out the podcast. We have a podcast called Cardboard Dugout where we do this, but we break it down even further, and we also talk more trading cards. If that guys interest you, please feel free to check out the podcast. Link down below to the YouTube videos and also to the audio versions, which are available on both on Apple and Spotify. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.